The Gambler's Ruin Project, powered by SmartBet AI technology. The Gambler's Ruin Project, where the odds get cracked. This episode is AI generated and meant for informational purposes only. Gambling can be addictive. Please bet responsibly. This video is not intended as financial or legal advice, and AI is just one tool of several you should use when evaluating soccer matches. Always consider multiple factors before placing bets.
Welcome back to the Gambler's Ruin Project. We've got Katerina bringing the stats and Dominic here with his expert insights. So glad to have you with us, Dominic.
Thanks, Anna. I'm excited to look at how the numbers line up with real-world betting.
Absolutely. Let's start with our AI's overall prediction. This week, volatility is the MVP. DC United stumble into Cincinnati's path, and Toronto desperately tries to defend home turf against Minnesota's away firepower. But before we get into the matches, let's talk about something every bettor should know: Gambler's Ruin. What is Gambler's Ruin? Dominic, can you explain this concept to us?
So, Gambler's Ruin isn't just a catchy name. It's actually a statistical concept that's important to understand if you're betting on sports. In simple terms, Gambler's Ruin means that if a gambler keeps betting without any edge, eventually they'll lose their entire bankroll. It's a reminder that betting without strategy isn't sustainable. And that's where strategy and discipline come in. The point of this show isn't just about picking winners, it's about making smarter bets. With our AI models and data, we want to give you insights that help you manage risk responsibly and stay in the game longer.
Exactly. Our focus here isn't on high-stakes, risky bets. Instead, it's about using data and AI to make well-informed, strategic choices, and that starts with bankroll management.
Now on to our matches.
First stop, Washington, D.C. Audi Field. DC United scrambling. Cincinnati hunting.
Statistically brutal for DC's 17 goals conceded in 7 matches. That's a leak rate you only see in open faucets or bad horror movies.
Honestly, Dominic could lace up boots and still find space against them.
I'll bring my orthopedic cleats just in case.
Fun aside, Cincy's midfield pressure is no joke. They generate turnovers 18% higher than MLS average when pressing after loss.
Plus, the weather will slick the ball. Mistakes multiply.
Watch Luciano Acosta, Cincinnati's chaos engine. If DC's midfield lets him drift between lines, it's game over.
Or game over by halftime if Benteke doesn't get an outlet working.
This smells like a low-scoring grind. Models give Cincy 42%, but draw danger at 36%.
Top simulation outcomes 1-1, 0-1, or 1-2. Almost no path for a goal fest.
Playful. So you're saying 4-3 is off the menu?
Only if physics breaks tonight.
Calm. Safer strategy: Cincinnati win or draw combo. Small stake, control variance.
North to Canada, Toronto FC hosts Minnesota, one of the league's most disciplined travelers.
Toronto's Form 0 wins, 5 goals scored, 13 conceded. Playing like they're still stuck in preseason.
Grinning preseason or early Cancun booking season.
Meanwhile, Minnesota's road XG differential is a healthy plus 0.4 per game. Minnesota's defense isn't flashy, it's suffocating.
Look for Dotson shadowing Bernadeschi, Toronto's only real spark.
And Minnesota ranks 3rd in MLS for successful counters. They don't need the ball, they need 7 seconds.
Win probability: 46% Minnesota, 35% draw, just 19% chance for a Toronto miracle.
Top scorelines: 0-1 Minnesota, 1-1 or 0-2.
Raise your hand if you think Toronto scores twice tonight.
Exactly, bet accordingly.
Minnesota winner under 3.5 goals. That's the zone. Board plays for this week: Cincinnati win. Draw a double chance Minnesota United to win. Under 3.5 goals in both matches.
Probability over prediction.
Tactics over hot takes.
Edges over ego.
Board plays for this week: Cincinnati win. Draw a double chance Minnesota United to win. Under 3.5 goals in both matches.
Probability over prediction.
Tactics over hot takes.
Edges over ego.
This is the Gambler's Ruin Project, where sharpness beats emotion. Visit our temporary website for more insights and updates. We'll see you next match day. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Gambler's Ruin Project. Remember, our content is for informational purposes only, and all predictions are AI generated. Gambling can be addictive, so please bet responsibly. If you or someone you know needs help with gambling addiction, here are resources that can provide support. North America. Contact the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-5224-700, available 24/7 for confidential help. UK. Reach out to BeGambleAware at 0808-802-0133 or visit begambleaware.org for information and support. Bet smart, bet safe, and as always, remember to keep things fun and balanced. We'll see you next week for more insights. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more AI-driven insights and pro betting tips each week. See you next time. Disclaimer: this content is for informational and entertainment purposes only. The predictions and insights provided by the Gambler's Ruin Project, powered by SmartBet AI technology, are generated using statistical models and historical data. These predictions do not guarantee outcomes and should not be considered financial or betting advice. Gambling can be addictive. Please bet responsibly and only wager what you can afford to lose. If you or someone you know is struggling with gambling addiction, seek help from professional support services. Legal notice: this content does not constitute an offer to participate in gambling. The Gambler's Ruin Project does not operate as a bookmaker or betting service and does not encourage gambling. All users are responsible for complying with local laws and regulations regarding sports betting and gambling-related content in their respective jurisdictions.